What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DX Gamer Show. My name is Mike, aka Operation DX, and today we are going to be checking out Into the Stars, another early access alpha title developed by Fugitive Games, published by Iceberg Interactive. Of course, you may be asking, what is Into the Stars? It's essentially a spaceship simulator on the vein of something like FTL. And I consider that a good thing because I loved FTL. So you're essentially the last vestige of humanity, and you're trying to make it safely to another location while this maniac, psychopathic race that is annihilating everybody along the way is chasing you down and trying to destroy the last humans, which apparently are on board this ship. And I'm behind the video as usual, so let me kind of explain what we've been doing here. So you essentially start off the game, you pick a captain, and then you pick a certain affinity. So like you could be a military captain and it'll give you certain bonuses to toughness, or you can be an entrepreneur and it'll give you bonuses to trading and that sort of thing. After you've got that all set up, then you go ahead and pick the different systems that are going to be used in your ship, which use different types of resources. And then you have to kind of balance out the resources to fit the different systems that you've picked to make your journey successful. And then finally you have to pick a crew that is kind of balanced in different areas. So you want to have like one that's really good at medic, one that's really good at command, and that sort of thing. Once you get your ship set up the way you like it, you engage your hyperspace and start traveling through the vastness of space. And then along the way, you can interact with different objects like planets and ships, and you can decide what you need to do. Although there are certain points in this game where you can hit the spacebar and pause, and other areas where you can't. So here, things are happening real time, and you're being actively chased by this psychopathic race. So you're coming across these different bodies and traders to, essentially keep your ship healthy with power for your engine and that sort of thing. Enough to fire your weapon systems and keep everything running. That's what you need to do. Now, the way I set my ship up in this particular mission, I was doomed from the start because I had too much stuff depending on one resource. Also, during your journey, lots of crazy things happen on board your ship, and you need to take and pick the best person that can fix the problem. So you could have engineering problems, or you could have medical problems on board, and you gotta address these as you fly through. So for example, I got too close to the star, I was having radiation sickness, and it was killing off some of my civilians. So essentially what I want to do is pick, again, the best crew member that has the highest medical stats that will, help with the radiation sickness and that sort of thing. And then of course you just saw the map back there a little bit ago, and it takes a little while to travel through space. So eventually the enemy is probably going to catch up with you, depending on different circumstances. They like hide in different ships and that sort of thing. So when you enter a battle, you have to pick the best crew for the available slot. So for example, your weapon systems, you want your engineer or highest scored engineer crew in those slots. In this particular battle, I made the mistake of putting my medic in the command position because she had relatively high command spot, but that is going to be to my detriment. Now, combat in this game is pretty interesting, and this is where the game kind of falters a little bit because the game doesn't tell you like what you need to be doing. I actually had to read an external thing to find out what was going on, because you have different systems with different levels of modulation. So you have the red, blue, and green modulation on your weapon systems and your deflectors, which can save you and that sort of thing. So, for example, that ship could be firing a yellow laser or a blue laser, and I have to rotate my frequency by changing the shield deflector to the exact type of weapon they're firing at me. And Yeah, that can be a problem if you don't know what you're doing at first. I got absolutely decimated my first run around, but it's still pretty cool once you get it all figured out, you know, what type of shields, and then you can target subsystems and that sort of thing. So again, when you're running low on resources, you can send down probes to kind of see what is available on the different planets, and then of course you can send down a mining rig to try to get or collect the exact type of resources that you need to make your ship function. You got to be careful though, because there are like these little red spots and spots that can like destroy your mining drill and end that really quickly, and then you have to spend the resources all over again. So here is a dirty slaver that wants to trade people for resources, and you get the idea. Anyways, this has been my look at Into the Stars. I think it's a fun game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.